Check, check, mic 1, 2. It's Tuche on the flow. This is deep in the cut, and we about to roll. Got my crispy in the right hand, and nothing in the left, but I'm good to go.
There we go. I
Yup.
feel you. I feel you.
You know, gotta get that intro.
Yes, sir.
Shoot.
That might just make it onto the intro beat.
Oh, shoot.
Who knows?
I'm scared. Ah, man.
Is this the revival of Two Chunks?
No, fool, it's the revival of 3 chunks.
Oh, you upgraded, you upgraded, huh?
Nah, fool, it's freaking a Dragon Ball Z'd it up.
Wait,
I don't know what it's called. Super Saiyan.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Ah,
So how many?
that's cold. That was
crispy
cold.
one?
Ah, the crispy water you just sprayed on my hair. That was cold, brah.
So you were saying over here in California, you can have flip flops on.
Oh yeah. So only
Have a built-in
bottle openers.
bottle opener.
Yeah. Well, not only in California, but I was just saying only in California you could wear flip flops in the rain because it's rainy right now. So, just saying.
Is it raining?
It's like sprinkling, but Californians consider it rain.
This morning I woke up and it was sprinkling, but it was also cold too.
Yeah.
Hate it. I hate the rain. Well, I like the rain. I don't like. I like everything that comes with it, except when it's like you got to deal with the drivers, like we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah.
It's like people do not know how to drive. Like I'm not the best driver, but some people go overboard.
I know, dude. You got the guys. I hate the dudes that drive super slow in the rain. Like they're gonna swerve and it's only sprinkling. Or like you got the guys that drive extremely fast, like it's not even raining. Those dudes are annoying.
You know what's worse is when it's raining and you get people in Priuses in front of you.
Oh, those are horrible.
Oh my
I hate Prius. I hate all Prius drivers, whether it's raining or not.
They have like vendettas with me. Every time they always get in front of me.
Prius drivers
They
are.
want to stop prematurely.
It's like the horrible. They're like, oh yeah, we're saving the earth, but yeah, yet I got all the blind spots in my car. I cannot drive. It's like, come on, dude.
What's your ultimate car that you would want?
It's gotta be.
It could be gas. It could be electric. It could
Oh,
be a
dude,
space shuttle.
I'm
car.
anti-electric cars. Just saying, just putting it out there.
Why? I want to. Why?
Why? Cause, dude, they don't even the batteries they take don't even save the earth. They destroy it. It takes twice as much energy to make that battery and like waste to make that battery than actually saving the earth. They're not really saving the earth. They're actually making the earth go by faster. Supposedly, but
Or who are your sources?
just read up on the freaking what it takes to make any kind of battery, like all the like materials and stuff.
Mhm.
Those materials are freaking like the copper and all the acid they use, especially for the car batteries.
Yeah.
Those things are freaking. It's like that car battery's 5 times worth 5 times more than the actual car.
I know maybe like 10 years ago, somebody that I know had an electric car and the battery was like $8,000
Yeah,
to replace.
those things are expensive. That's the other thing too. Is like the expenses on those things. It's like, oh yeah, I'm saving the earth, but yet, yeah.
I don't think they're saving the earth. I think they're just more focused on getting better gas prices. I mean, I'm sure that's part of it too. They think they're saving the earth,
I
but
don't know. I just anti-electric vehicles. So back to your question, my dream car would probably be like the car that I would want right now would probably be a truck, basically just any truck, Tundra, Toyota, Ford, or a Dodge.
so you're going the opposite. You want a gas guzzler.
Heck yeah, dude. Frick the world. It's dying anyways.
Why not go out with Blazing
Yeah.
Glory, right?
I just need a truck, but I just anti-electric cars. Even the new electric trucks, I saw one in Arizona when I went to the Grand Canyon. Dude, the thing sounded like it was pulling a trailer, but it didn't even sound like a truck. It just sounded like an engine that was all messed up, but it was an electric truck.
I think the new Broncos are a disgrace to the Bronco name.
Oh, those things are like the new Jeeps. Those new Jeep trucks. Those things are ugly.
So why do you mess with?
I don't know. they try to change a classic, make it newer. I guess it's more appealing to the newer generation, or I guess you could say more appealing to the soccer moms. Because a Bronco was a dad car before, and now they're trying to make it into like
A nice V8.
soccer mom car.
It cost you, back in the 90s, 100 and something bucks to fill up.
Heck yeah, dude! Now it costs you like $300.
Jeez.
No,
My brother had a Bronco. I forgot which year it was. It was a 90s car, but back then it was like $89 when gas was like 2 something.
Yeah, I love Broncos. The old school ones are the
Dude,
best.
I want one so bad.
My father-in-law has an old school Suburban, dude. The thing's sick.
Oh,
It's
they're nice.
lifted. I was like, dude, I want it. But she's like, and my wife's like, no, it's her brother's. I'm like, so? He's not gonna use it?
Come on, dog. Tell him to give it to his son-in-law.
Right? He's like, what's up, puppy?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, puppy, give me that. Yeah? He'd be like, sure.
I took your daughter off your hands.
I took one of your expenses
I
over
gave you
here.
another grandchild.
Come on, what's your son gonna do?
Come on, dog, please.
Nah. But yeah, that thing's sick. It's like lifted, but it doesn't work. But it's still sick, just sitting in his driveway.
All right, I see you, Bronco.
Yeah. I like the old Silverados. Those things are sick too.
I think I would go with like a 69 or a 70 Chevelle. Have you seen those?
Oh, those are nice. Yeah.
Like old
The
school
SS?
American muscle.
Yeah.
You can't go
Well,
wrong.
if you're talking cars, then I would have to say my 65 Eleanor Fastback Mustang.
Oh, the Mustang? The one that
Yeah,
got in
dude.
60 seconds?
Yup, Eleanor. That's my dream car.
You
Right there.
think you can handle Eleanor?
Heck yeah, dude. Wrap her around a pole a couple times, but she'll be alright.
I don't know, dog. I seen you drive a 1970 bug, so.
Hey, bro, that ain't nothing. That's like 20. That's like 55 horsepower is less than that thing.
The way you drove it, my guy.
Yeah, I drove it like it was a V8.
Jeez. That's actually the car I learned how to drive stick on.
Yeah, my car.
Yeah.
I taught you.
I don't know. Your mom taught us.
Oh, yeah. She tried to teach me.
I was
taught
in the
taught
car
myself.
when you first got it. That was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And we pushed it like 20 times because I kept stalling out. That was funny.
Or your gas thing was broken, so.
Oh, yeah. Remember the night meet? I dropped you and Monkey off. You ran out of gas on Slassin.
Oh my
Had to push it like a mile and a half to the Chevron.
Remember that? Oh my gosh.
Monkey was so mad.
It was like 1 in the morning.
He was passed out in the back seat. We had to wake him up. He was all mad. He's like, really?
I think he was more mad because that was like the second time that week that happened.
I don't remember, but it was just funny because he was sleeping. He was mad. I was like, dude, get out the car, you fat ass. So what are you talking
That's
about?
when me and Jeremy used to make us walk jerk bridge because he just didn't want to give us.
No, that's
ride
what
home.
Jeremy made you guys walk jerk
No,
bridge.
fool. I remember it specifically. You saying, "No, fool. You brought him here. You can take him back home." Did you or did you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, see,
Well, but Jeremy brought you. He left you.
he did. He saw he pulled that trick too. He would just like leave to the back house. and-
Freaking jerk. I was like, wow, dude. I was like, he left you and I had to take you. That's why I ran out of gas because I didn't have gas.
That's why. That was the whole reason why you didn't want to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I just didn't want to fill up gas.
Oh my god. Oh well. What are you gonna do about it?
Memories.
Just made a good story. That's all it did.
Heck yeah, dude. It was funny.
I'll tell you, like those things, they make me appreciate times like that. Especially now that you have like, I have a car that works now,
Right?
so it's not too bad no more.
Yeah. Nah, it's cool. But like I still struggle with my car. It works though. Other than the tires blowing out on the freeway.
Did it really?
Yeah, last month I had to freaking crawl it all the way from the 5 freeway on Beach to La Habra. It's freaking mad crawl like 2 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah. I was rolling on rims, dude.
Nah.
On
Did it
one
mess up
tire?
the rims up?
Nah.
No.
The rims are steel. They're just like whatever.
Yeesh.
Just take a little hammer to them, bend them back, you're good.
I was talking about that with my dad because we're still fixing up that it's still the plans to fix up that 52 Chevy that we have.
Yeah.
And it was my great grandfather's, so his grandpa's.
Dang.
And back then, it was like just a typical work truck for like, the backlands of Texas.
Heck yeah.
So it's all Mickey Mouse together. I mean, it has personality, right? But he was saying that his grandpa used to take it to like the neighborhood mechanic, and he was the type of guy where it's like,
He's a Tuche mechanic.
yeah, dude, let's just get it running on the road. It doesn't matter if it's from this car or from. It's pretty much just a Frankenstein.
Right.
But I think that's cool though, especially with like cars like that. It doesn't really matter because
Yeah, dude.
it works.
That's what my truck is. So my grandpa like, it's pieced together with like a bunch of other parts from different years, but it still works.
Well, that's what we're talking about though.
Yeah.
That's what gives it personality.
It's funny though. I'm like trying to fix it, and all of a sudden I'm like, this isn't from this year. What the heck? I'm looking for that part, and I was like, no wonder I can't find it. It's for a 1993. I'm like, this is a 1990. Like, sheesh. I was like, no wonder I can't find the part that goes to it.
Whatever happened to that other truck that you had?
The F-250?
Yeah,
My dad's?
yeah.
It's at my dad's house. I told Ale I want to buy it back.
He repoed it from you? Damn.
Nah, I gave it back to him.
You couldn't make the payments no more?
No, I couldn't afford the gas, dude. Where I was working at the fuel, like diesel was like going up, and I was driving from here to Redlands, and so like I was basically using a whole tank I was filling up $100 every two days,
No.
like literally.
Really?
So yeah, because it's a V8, but it's a diesel, so like
It was
it's
a double-
gas, it's a fuel guzzler, like big time.
Double tank too, right? Or double?
Yeah, it had 2 tanks, but still, like to fill up one of those tanks was $100.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so I was
ridiculous.
spending like $150 every 2-3 days, and that was like half my check at the time because I was working like 16 hours, $16 an hour for like this other fire sprinkler company in Redlands, and I was like barely making it.
How far was that commute from over here to Redlands?
It's about an hour.
Sheesh.
Yeah, an hour there, and like 40 minutes back because of traffic. But yeah, it was like when I was commuting to Redlands exactly. I was commuting to all over, but I drive to Riverside, Temecula.
Dang. It's a
Like,
drive.
basically, like I'm driving now for my job, but still, it's a little better.
Well, it's a little bit, yeah.
So I'm just like, all right. So I told her, I was like, I think I'm gonna buy that truck back because I was like, I need it. The main thing is I need I need a truck with a heater.
Yeah.
My truck don't have a heater. So I'm like,
Dang.
all right.
Out of all the cars you had, how many cars actually had like AC and heaters?
Just the Honda I had, the one I sold to Ruben.
And you had the GTI?
Oh, and my Golf. Yeah,
Oh, the Golf,
My
that's
Golf.
what it was.
My Golf was like the main one that had like a heater and AC.
I like that car. That was a nice car.
I did. Ale still feels bad about because I was going to pick her up when I got in the accident.
Break it down for me. What happened?
I was driving down Garfield, dude, and this lady pulls a U-turn right in front of me from the right-hand lane all the way in front of me, and I T-boned her.
Oh.
But I was going like 40 miles an hour because like traffic was slowing already because there was something happening by the freeway, and I was just by Quiet Canyon, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in. I was like, let me go into the middle lane, like to see what's going on. I was gonna pull a U-turn, but as I did that, she pulled the U-turn right in front of me, so I slammed on I was in like fourth gear. I dropped it all the way into first, and I slammed on my brakes, and I still didn't have time to stop. I skidded right into her like at
What'd she say?
30 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
It was freaking called the cops. Scared me though, cause I was like, I got up, I came to after I hit her, and I was like, what the heck? And I look in her car and I see like the airbag. She had like a SUV, so like the airbag from the passenger window like flew open, like the backside, and there was a car seat in there. And I was like, oh snap!
Dang,
So I,
dude, you're with some force then.
I got scared, cause I thought there was a kid in the car seat, and I opened the airbag.
Well, there was, so you got there.
Nah. Well, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he flew out or something. I opened the freaking. I pushed the airbag away, and there was nobody there. I was like, oh my gosh.
So you got out and then checked.
Yeah.
So
I
you
checked
were
to see
a
if she was
good
okay.
citizen.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna call the cops. Cause I was like, T-boned her hard, dude. I was like, dude, I told her, I was like, what were you thinking? She didn't speak any English. She didn't even have a license.
No.
Yeah, dude. All she had was her green card. I felt bad, but I was like, I have to call the cops. So, and they didn't even give her a ticket.
So whose fault was that?
It was hers.
It was hers?
Yeah, like told the cop, I was like, she pulled a U-turn right in front of me, from the right lane. And he's like, yeah, it was her fault. So I just called my insurance, and even the insurance said, yeah, it's her fault. She was at fault.
They didn't give you any drama?
Nah, the
Your
cop
insurance?
was just like,
No,
no,
your,
we had,
your insurance.
nah,
No.
nah, they just
That
told
was
me
good.
it was her fault. I told them exactly what happened, and they seen it, they're like, okay. Like, I had
Something,
pictures.
That's good because that could be a. Even
Well,
when it isn't your fault, it's kind of a headache
Yeah.
too. I had gotten into an accident going down Olympic, and I was going straight away, so I had the right of way, and then some dude tried to beat me because it was like that light, like where you yield until
The yellow?
cross traffic.
Yeah.
So this kid, he saw me coming, and I was cruising at the normal speed, and I had Erin in the car. I think she was like 1 at the time, if that.
Dang.
So this fool tries to beat me, and then I had no like time to stop, and I hit him, and I got out, and I was like, whatever, because I've been in an accident before.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's cool, then whatever, it's just a car, right? Like that's what insurance is for.
Yeah.
So I get out, and I'm like, hey, you cool? He's like, yeah. I check on Erin, she's all scared. I'm all sad for her, she's all shaking. And then this lady comes. I'm like, who are you? And she was like, I can't believe you hit my car, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, it's his sister's car. He's not even, he doesn't have insurance. It's,
Wow.
he's not on the registration. Like, he's even not even supposed to be like, I don't even
Driving.
think he had a license, to be honest. But,
Wow.
but,
It's,
but you know what? Despite all that, I think it was like, it was pretty painless going through like the insurance and stuff. Like we had to
Yeah.
pay like the deductible or whatever, and then thank God like my in-laws had an extra car, so I just used that for a few days. It worked out. It wasn't too bad.
right? It's scary. Yeah. It's always scary when someone, like, you don't know what the heck's going to happen, what your insurance is going to say, if you're covered for it. So it's like, you always got to read the fine print. Sounding like my dad right now, but it's true.
Well, it makes sense what you're saying though. Right?
Yeah. It's like, dude, I never read the fine print. It's like, sign here, sign here. I was like, okay. Like,
You're the
all
number
right.
one target of like the market.
Well, I read it, but it's just like, some of it's just like lawyer jargon. And I'm just like,
Some words are too big.
yeah, like,
It's
I
over
can't
5
understand
letters.
that.
It's
Heck
above
no, I
my
was
pay grade.
homeschooled. Heck yeah.
No.
It's like, if you or the person that hits you, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Just give me the dang insurance, dude. It's like, I don't care about all this crap. It's like,
listen. Can I go vroom vroom? All right.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
is the DMV gonna give me my registration card? Yes. All right, that's all I need to know. Can I just call this number when I get in an accident? Yes. Okay, that's all I need to know.
Dude, how many people would you say do that? Like,
Everybody, dude. It's like,
no.
Yes. Like, I mean, not there's a percentage, but I don't know off the top of my head. But I'm just assuming like everybody just signs the paperwork and says, "All right, I'll read it later." And some people actually
Yeah.
do, but some people like to sit there and
I
read
guess
it.
that's true, but I think more people do that when it's like a bigger name company, right?
Yeah.
There was another situation where a coworker of mine, they stole his car from the parking lot,
Oh snap.
and that week prior, they just switched over from like a good insurance, it was like State Farm, whatever, to some like smaller brand name, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think he had to pay out of pocket, like everything.
Damn.
They
That
didn't-
sucks.
they didn't cover. I was like,
Dang.
that's such unfortunate timing. That's ridiculous.
Heck yeah. I mean, it's always good to read that paperwork, but it's just like, come on.
That's the thing too, is like you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
You want to pay $30 a month, and you want full coverage. And
Right. Well, I mean, that's what I had on my golf. It was just liability. They didn't pay me out everything I was owed for the car. They just basically paid off the car, and I was like, all right, I'm good.
That's it.
Yeah, it's like, but I mean, I didn't have anything else like left over to buy a new car, so I was like, all right,
Bye.
pretty much screwed till I buy a new car or save up for one. But
When
it's just
you
like,
were, let me ask you this: do you feel like you're where you're at, where you want to be at this age, or do you think you still have like a lot you
heck no,
want to do?
dude. There's a lot I want to do still.
Like what?
Well, one thing, buy a house or build a bigger house. Uh, get a better car. I mean, just little things like that. That's pretty much it. Everything else, yeah, I'm pretty much where I'm at, where I want to be.
Little things like buying a
Yeah.
house.
Well, I mean, like little big things, like buying a house. Yeah, it's like big to a lot of people, but to me, it's like, eh, I can buy a house when I'm ready for it. You know, like I need it, but right now it's like more of a want, or like it's in the near future. I
Yeah.
know that it's gonna coming, but it's not yet. Like that's pretty much where I'm at with that.
It's
But
hard, right? Because you want a house, you want to
heck yeah,
provide
dude.
like at least a home for your family, but
Yeah, but the freaking rates and the way that everything is going right now, it's like it's not possible.
I still can't get over the fact that most of these houses that are for sale, they want like you know 850 to like 1 point something million dollars
Yeah,
for
dude.
nothing. And it's like I
Like
get it, there's value in the house, but
there's a
that is
difference.
ridiculous.
I mean, am I buying the house or am I buying the property it's on? That's the difference.
And that's the
The
thing
question.
too. When you do pay off the house, 30 or whatever years later, you still got to pay the property taxes.
And that's the thing. A lot of people don't know. When you buy a house, my dad's friend told me this. When you buy a house, you have a choice either to buy the house and just pay your house payments and all that. But like if you don't buy the land rights to that land that house is on, you don't have any rights to to that land. So like you can buy the house, okay, that house is yours, but the property isn't. Like you're still paying, like you said, the property taxes. But if you buy rights to the land, you can basically do whatever you want on on that land, and they can't say nothing. The city can't tell you nothing.
I don't know about that one because that's the thing that we're talking about, like this, like the legalese
Yeah,
is, how do you know what you're getting when you're buying a house, let's say.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Because a lot of, for me, it's like secondhand information off of people that I ask,
yeah.
but these are like
Realtors.
people who are signing their names to things like we're talking about with insurance, right?
Yeah,
How do you know that
yeah.
you don't have to pay things to the
Well,
city?
the guy that told me that was he actually
And
owns his land rights, like to that house. where
yeah,
he
but
bought.
is that specific city? Because every city is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. No, he said every it's your right to ask like on top of the when you buy that house to ask for those is it able for me to buy the rights to the land?
Does that cost? I'm sure it costs extra.
Yeah, it's extra, but it's your land rights, so you have to ask. If you don't ask, it's like kind of like you won't receive it. Like a lot of people think, oh, I'm buying this house and buying this property, it's mine. No, it's not. That land is still the city's until you buy the property rights. Until you have that paper that says this land is the deed. Until that deed says that this land is yours. It's like back in the day when they used to have deeds for land, same thing. But it's just you have to ask about it. A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that. You're
Yeah,
schooling me right
that's
now.
what he told me, and I was like, dude, I didn't know. And he told me this when I was like 20, and he's like, yeah, that's what my dad told me too, cause the house that I live in right now, him and my mom, they never bought the rights to those land. So that land, my mom like she bought it after I think, but I don't know how that happened because I was too young.
Mm.
But like I even asked him, I was like, he's like, yeah, that the you buy the when you buy a house, you buy the house, you don't buy the land. You have to buy the land. Yes, it's on the property, but you have to buy the rights to the land. So like this way they can't take that from you. Like when you sell the house or whatever, that you have to sell the house and the land. something like that. But it's just
Look at
you have to ask your realtor.
I'm gonna
Yeah, do your own research.
yeah, do your own research.
Because my stuff, like what I mean, it's just from what he told me, and he told me this like 3-4 years ago. So things could change.
That's true.
But I mean, I do know that you do have to, like, when you buy a property, it in the contract it states that something about your land, your rights to that land, and then also your house, to where you buy that just the house.
All right, let me ask you this. When you were, let's say, 20, where did you envision yourself being at 30?
Where I'm at now,
And what is that?
having my wife and my family, and
What did it look like? Break it down for me, like the exact.
I mean, when I was
it could be unrealistic because most of our, our visions for ourselves, what it's gonna be is.
no, yeah, of course, like,
But
I mean, when I was, I set my goals when I was like 18, and I was just like,
break it down for me, dog. Give me
yeah, no, I am.
Show your work, my guy.
I was basically told myself I'm not having a kid till I'm 30, which I did last year. I had him at 31, and then also I was like I wasn't getting married until I was pretty much 30, and that's when I was like, okay. So I got married. I met my beautiful wife, had a kid, and then the next thing is get my house and my dream truck. That's pretty much it.
Mhm.
After that, I mean, I'm pretty much doing what I want, my dream job, even though right now it's kind of sucky, but I mean, it's just doing what I have to do.
Sucky in what way?
Just the company I was working for, because I forced my hand to get laid off. Because I was like, no. Well, the thing is, I was telling my dad the other day, I was like, I pretty much forced them to fire me because I was like, I didn't join the union to work for a scab company, which means to work like a scab, like meaning like to work like a non-union company. The company I was working for was so like, don't get me wrong, it's a good company, like the people are cool. It's just they don't know how to run things. They're so unorganized, and it's just like I didn't join the union to work like that. I could have stayed non-union if I wanted to work like that, like basically break my back and do unsafe things for the money I'm getting paid. I was like, nah. So
It's funny because you're the second person I heard who's been in a union.
Yeah.
The other guy I'm thinking about, he joined the union thinking he was gonna get higher pay, which he did for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But just like any union, you start off the low man on the totem pole.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
Well, no,
put in the
I mean,
time.
I'm getting paid what I want to get paid. I'm not. The pay is not the problem. It's just the way the company runs things. They just the two foremen that we have. They don't know how to run a crew. They're jumping around like half the time, and most of the time it's because of the job site or the superintendent. But it's like when you're on the job site, you're supposed to get your pipe, put it on the floors you're supposed to be on, and work from either from the ground floor up. If you're doing a high rise, if you're doing a 3-story building, you work from the floor that is finished with cement first, and then you go, you get but you do your riser piece, and then you work into the building with all your lines and everything. These guys are doing everything backwards. Like they work from the lines all the way to the riser. It's just like, dude, you work from the riser to the out branch lines and everything to the building.
Did you say anything, or you're just like whatever?
Yeah, I did. I was just like, dude, why are we working? Why don't we have our riser pieces up or anything up? And they're like, oh, because of this, and that. The first floor is not done. I was like, so what? Just leave it hanging there. I was like, you leave your riser piece hanging like 3 feet from the floor, they could still get around it.
You were just speaking too many facts. That's all it was.
Nah, but it was just a bunch of, even the guy that was not even a foreman or a journeyman yet, he's a 9th period, and I've learned more from him than I did my foremans. And it's just like, even he said like, dude, I don't want to be here no more. And he was like, dude, I don't want to be here either. I was like, I don't see myself continuing my career with this company any longer. And he said the same thing. I was like, yeah, you're graduating, so you have to find a place.
How many jobs would you say you had in your life?
In my life, probably maybe 60.
60?
Maybe more. I don't know. I can't off the top of my head. Yeah. But they were
60.
like different ones.
Yeah, well, obviously.
I mean,
but-
just
I mean,
no. But I'm saying like I've done warehouses. Like had maybe 20 warehouse jobs.
Let's do. All right, let's do
Another-
this. Then. What was the best job besides this one that you're working at now? Fun. It could be the people. It could be.
It was probably when I worked at Vaughn's with Jeremy. That was just because it was just like it was fun because like I did whatever the heck I wanted there. You could even ask Jeremy. Like, that fool hated me.
Yeah, because you left all the work for him the next day.
Yeah, because they would leave the work for me in the day. The day shift would leave all the work. I had to clean all their dishes. I was like, heck no, dude. Like, you guys are cleaning some of this crap. Freaking jerk.
That is hilarious. All right, worst
But,
job.
The worst was, I would have to say, trying to think. Oh, when I worked at, what was it? It was a warehouse, and we had we were pallet sizing, and I was unloading the trucks,
Mhm.
and that was just like the worst. I hated it because I was always in the truck. I was always in the truck, like no matter what.
I don't think people understand like
I hate unloading trucks.
how hard that is to.
It's hard. I mean, it's fun, but it's hard because it's just like
Listen, it's fun when you're young and you can do
Yeah.
it. But when you're like, we're not even that old, but
yeah.
to
No,
say
but
that we
even-
don't feel the changes of our body from the 10 plus
Oh,
years
yeah,
that when
heck
we
yeah.
started working, like that's ridiculous.
Dude, like, I don't know how people do that every day, day in, day out for like the rest of their life.
Well, I think a lot of people do what they got to do, like you're saying,
Yeah.
earlier, right? But
But I don't know how they do it, cause like that's just slave work, as you could say. Like I could not stand it. One, because like you couldn't like have headphones in, cause you had to hear everything around you. I was like, dude, I always had my headphones in all the time, but I was just like, they catch you, they're like, why you have your headphones in?
that's the dumbest thing
And I
in
know.
the warehouse. Like, yes, there's 1,000 beepings going on.
Yeah.
If I have one headphone in,
I was just like, dude, come
I'm
on.
on the-
But I'm in the trailer, dude. Like, the only thing that's gonna fall is a box. And I was like, dude, it's me, myself, inside the trailer. I felt like I was in a jail cell, like in a 100-degree jail cell. Cause it was like,
yeah.
it was like 90 degrees, but it was 105 inside that place. And I was sweating like, but I did lose a lot of weight though, cause of that. But I
You
gained
got
it
the
all
old
back.
hot box.
Heck yeah,
the old
dude. It's
sauna
freaking
suit.
hot, dude. I come out of there at lunch, and I would have to change my shirt like every day at lunch, and then also change it after work.
My first job, I worked overnight at Target doing the unloading the trucks
Oh,
and
yeah.
restocking the store.
Yeah.
Guess who they threw in the truck almost every night?
You?
Me and some other young cat, but
Yeah, but that was at night. It wasn't hot.
yeah, when you're in a 26-foot truck and
Oh yeah, it gets
you
humid.
have to unload 2,600 pieces.
Yeah.
And
Target
then they used to give us like their compensation. It wasn't like pay. It was like, all right, we're gonna give you like a $5 cap. You could go get like a soda or something or water.
Hey,
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
See you tomorrow. And you still got to go load all this stuff and
That was the
unload.
worst. It's like here's $5 to go load that truck. It's like, yeah, sure.
There was this one time I was stocking like pickles and stuff and tomato juice. And I
Oh,
dropped one from the top shelf and it fell on the floor and it splattered. So I asked them if they could give me a shirt. I'm going home, and they're like, "Go pick one out." It's like, wait. And I picked one out, dude. And I was like, "All right, well, this is my chance. I'm gonna get the nicest one I can." So I got like this nice little like
It made you-
$30, and they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, well,
yeah. Well,
you want me to go home or what?"
hey, they're like, yeah, go home. I'm taking this shirt with me.
I'm not gonna go out naked and full of tomato sauce. So.
That's
Yeah.
a jerks, dude. They multi-million-dollar company. They're complaining about one
Poor
shirt.
kids, dude. I think I entered.
Yeah.
I entered there, and I was making somewhere sub 850. And when I left there 3 years later, and that was totally my fault, right? Like you could only cry so much. Like I stood there. But when it's your first job and you don't think you could get any other jobs because you don't have that confidence yet,
Right.
value in your work. So I think I left at like $8.68.
Dang, I remember when I had my first job at Polly's Pies. I was getting like $8.
Was that your first job?
Yeah.
Did you get tips though?
Nah, well, not really. I wasn't supposed to.
Ryan stole them all. Or what?
No, I wasn't getting tips. I was just a dishwasher. But I used to freaking help the.
So what? You don't bleed or what?
I used to bus all
You don't
the.
breathe there either?
Yeah, dude. But they would only pay me as a dishwasher, not a busser, because the servers would bust their own tables. But I would go out there and help them because I'd be bored. It was like nighttime and that place was slow sometimes. So I'd be over there like, you need a dish? Give me a dish. I need dishes. I'd be like looking for dishes because I didn't want to clean the drains or anything. Those drains are nasty.
Yeah.
But I was just like, all right, it's time for a smoke break. Go to my truck. Go to my car. Roll up a
You only
doobie.
work like what? You only work like 2 hours?
What? My boss used to have one all the time. She used to smoke a pack a day. Big old white chick. She would smoke a pack of Marlboro Lights a day.
No.
Heck yeah,
Hey,
dude.
some people go savage, huh?
I don't know how she did it.
You know.
I used to when I worked at Hadley.
You like it, I love it, but
Yeah.
I used to smoke a. I don't know if I smoke. Actually don't even remember anymore how much I used to smoke.
I do. I used to smoke like 2 packs a day.
What was your brand?
Camels, bro.
Halo, dude, you're nasty.
I hated Marlboros.
That was my thing for a little bit. Went through phases.
I still can't smoke Marlboros to this day. Every time I smoke one, I get a headache.
They're all harsh.
I get a headache and I feel like I smoke like I didn't smoke tobacco. I smoked chemicals. Like seriously.
Right? Yeah.
like,
nah,
heck
you, ain't,
no.
you ain't even playing. That's
I don't know how people smoke those every day. Like,
some people are just hardcore, man.
I smoke Camel Blues.
Which one are those?
They're just the Camels, but they're blue. The blue pack. But they're the short ones.
They're not the crushes.
Nah, not the crushes.
You don't like the crushes?
I don't like the crushes. I don't like menthol cigarettes.
I started off with Newports.
Wow, you would. just like you can, folk. You would. Newports.
Dog. And then we moved in. I never liked Camel Crushes.
That's because he used to kick it with Sergio.
Yeah, he used to like those too.
Newports. I'd be like, dude, what are you, a brother?
Hey, dog. Well,
So I smoke Camels. Stick with the. I don't know who smoked. They're mostly Armenians, but they smoke the Narn filters.
they rolled their
hardcore.
own.
Yeah,
We got into that for a little bit too. The buglers.
I
It's
didn't
like you roll your own.
I didn't like the non-filters. I did, but I would always freaking burn myself.
It smells disgusting either way. I mean, when doesn't matter.
Well, the thing is with the non-filters, I mean, cigarettes, tobacco is not healthy for you either way, but at least with the non-filters, you're not getting the fiberglass from the filter. And that's what causes the cancer. Supposedly.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says. The cancer comes from the fiberglass in that filter.
I'm pretty sure the cancer comes from the 1,000 that you
Yeah, but
that you smoke over the years.
yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
the fiberglass filter gives it the most. I mean, you're not supposed to smoke fiberglass.
Do you remember? The
blacks?
Was it black?
Yeah,
Oh, the original.
They had the
one?
fiberglass in them. They sparked.
I wonder how many things that, because when we were coming up, fresh out of high school,
They
that was
still
when they
sell 'em.
started making like all those things.
Yeah.
They used to make this energy drink called Sparks, and it was
Yeah.
like they had
I remember that
alcohol
one.
in it, but I'm sure it had some other kinky chemicals in there too, right?
Like, yeah, dude. It's just like monsters back in the day where they're killing people all the time. People are like, yeah, monsters! And they die like 5 hours later. Like, oh, on the news, another kid died from a monster.
Another monster overdose.
I was like, dude,
As
he
you're
drank like
drinking one.
he drank like 6 of them a day. Like, of course.
Those Kyle's dog, they used
Yeah,
to go hard
dude.
on those, remember?
No, man. And dude, my foreman, he would drink 1 in the morning, 1 in lunch, and then like 2 more before we got left for work.
Oh,
You drink 4 of them a day, dude. I was like, how are you drinking so many dang monsters?
You know
dude?
what? I'll give him that. When was this? What year was this?
This was this year. This is like a couple
All right,
months
never
ago.
mind.
Like he was
Never
drink,
mind
he would
then.
drink
I was-
4 of them a day. He'd be like, here, go get it. They'd be like go like just before lunch. He'd be like, oh dude, we need another monster. He'd be like, here, go on a monster run. Give me like $20. Go to the liquor store, buy like 4 like monsters, energy drink run. I buy energy drinks for everybody, right? And I was on like a Celsius kick for a while, so I was drinking Celsiuses. And then
That's it? That's the end of the days for Celsius?
yeah, dude. No, I still drink them. I just haven't had money to buy any. So we bought them. I would buy like 4 monsters. He's like, give me 4 monsters. I was like, 4 monsters? just for everybody or just for you? He's like, no, I just need just 4 for me.
Just
I was
for
like,
everyone?
for what? 4? He's like, yeah. He's like, give me 2. I was like, all right. So he give me like $30. I'd be like, all right, go.
Golly.
Go
What do you
like-
think his monthly
Dude, I don't even know.
thing
I mean, he's
spent
making
on?
foreman rates, so.
Yeah, but foreman rate or not, what do you think the
Oh, dude, he's spending like at least
$400?
maybe a week, probably at least $200 a week on monsters.
Oh my gosh.
Because I mean, those things are like,
Okay,
you know,
4 a
$3.
day, they were like what?
You buy the big ones, they're like $5 for like 3, you know. So you're spending like 5. So that's 5 times 5. That's 20.
It's 25.
$25, whatever it is, $25, and then you
Hi,
got.
dog. Right.
So like, dude, it's just like, come on, 4 monsters a day, and he's like, yeah, that's not including when I get home.
Oh my god.
I was like, dude, you're drinking them like they're drinking beer. I was like, you might as well just freaking switch to cocaine. He's like, that's why I drink energy drinks.
You've,
It's like I can't do cocaine. It's like might as well.
don't ask, don't tell,
I
right?
was like, sheesh, dude. He's like, here, you want a baggie of meth? It's like it won't kill you as fast.
You know some,
Sheesh. I was like, dude,
you want some Adderall with
Yeah,
that, or-
sheesh, dude. Like, come on. And then
Take it
he
easy there, champ.
then he slowed down when he broke his hand because he was sleeping in the truck most of the time with his freaking ibuprofens and morphine.
Oh, so this guy, what the heck? So this guy's just a degenerate. There's no.
Nah, he's just a white dude. He broke his hand because he got pissed off at his wife.
Oh my gosh, he is a
He
Kyle.
punched the cabinet. I was like, why would you punch the cabinet? So I was mad. I was like, well, he's like, it was either her face or the cabinet. I was like, wow, dude. I was like, well, you could have just like went for a walk like a normal person.
Well, I'm glad he chose the cabinet, dog.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, glad you're. I was like, is your wife okay?
All
like-
concerned for the life.
Yeah,
Never
because his other hand was all knuckled up.
Jeez.
Like I was like, did you beat her? I was like, I'm not gonna call nobody. It was just
She
saying.
deserved it.
Jeez, dude. I was like,
Even
hey.
took the mustard.
I was like, I really don't want to be a foreman for this company. Be all stressed out.
You know what? That's the drawback of taking a position like a foreman or a supervisor. It's like
Heck yeah.
you're getting, you know, whatever the raise is for that, but you're also taking on the responsibilities and the headaches of that company.
Yeah, but
I never found it for me. At least I haven't found a job that's like I would want to do that. Deal with babysitting grown adults.
yeah. I mean, it depends, dude. Like, cause what I do, it just depends. Like, for one, it depends on the company you're at.
That's what I'm
But even if you're at a crappy company, if you're a good like foreman that knows how to get stuff done and run people, you won't have that stress because you'll know, okay, I did enough to get things done without the owner complaining. You know what I mean? So-
I would kind of counter that, yes, but also that doesn't negate, you know, people.
Yeah, which I get that. So like that's what I'm saying. Like, even though like those people don't want to work like as fast or as hard, you could push them. If you're a good foreman, you'll work with them and show them how to get things done faster and a more efficient way, instead of just sitting in the truck like my other foreman was. It's like, dude would go in the truck and sit there for like 2-3 hours,
Yeah?
just collect a paycheck. I was just
Still
like,
get that.
yeah,
Still get
dude.
that
I was like,
paper.
dude, and then they expect us to freaking work our butts off. It's like, heck no, dude. It's
We
like,
have
you
a
get your
saying-
foot out here too.
We have a saying at our job that says, "Good workers get more work."
Yeah.
It was like
Well,
I
I mean,
was reading this term the other day, and it was saying that people are doing what's called quiet quitting, where it's doing the bare minimum so they don't get fired.
yeah,
I was like, oh, so you work for a union too, huh?
pretty much, dude. That's what they do. Like, they do the bare minimum and they don't get fired.
Well, yeah, I mean, I see both sides of the argument too, right? It's like you want us to give everything, come in overtime,
Yeah.
give our best effort, but pay you sub $20
Yeah.
and pay for your health insurance and, you know,
But that's the
deal
thing.
with, you know, people, deal with supervisors who may be having a bad day. Like, there's all,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the case always, but most of the time that is the case, though, right?
It's majority of the time. It's
shoot.
like always case. But yeah, it's just like, I get it, but it's like half the time, well, in construction at least, they don't even give us overtime. You know,
No.
we work our straight 8s, and you know, you're working your straight 8, you're out. But the thing is, like, you want me to work more than my 8? Okay, that's fine, but you gotta pay me.
Pay me, sucker.
Yeah, like that's the whole thing about the union is like you want to make sure you get that pay.
Papa ain't a volunteer, right?
Yeah, ooh, gotta get what you get. It's a give and take,
Yeah.
but it's always you gotta think about it too. Is like it's always more give than take. You know, you're always giving more to the company than they're taking from you because they're paying you more. So it's just like okay, but that's why like I bust my butt every day, but it's just for that company I just couldn't do it no more. I was getting like so unhappy to where the point where I was like kind of like doing the bare minimum, and then I just finally said, you know what?
So you were
Frick this.
quiet quitting.
Yeah, dog. I forced them to fire me. I just didn't show up on Thursday. I was like, heck no, dude, I'm out of here.
Sheesh.
I was like, no call, no show. Okay. Owner called me twice. I was like, I'm not answering.
So you did like just
Yeah, I gave up, dude. I
more
was
than a
like,
quiet
I'm
quit.
done, dude.
Nah, dog, I'm out of here.
Yeah, bro. Then our one of our union reps called me. He's all, oh, get your crap together, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, I was about to tell him like the whole reason why, and then he's just like, that's a bunch of bull. But I was like, okay, dude. I was like, okay, what do I have to do? So I basically just stood quiet. So now I gotta go to this meeting and get like a slap on the wrist or see what they're gonna do to me. I'm just like, whatever, dude.
Do your worst.
Yeah, it's like it's not gonna stop me from not working, you know. Like,
No, you're leading the charge, homie.
nah, I just can't. I couldn't work for that company no more, bro.
Yeah.
I was like getting so unhappy. Like I told my dad, I was like, I was losing the love of what I do for what I do. You know, like it wasn't fun for me anymore. It was becoming work. You know,
That's true.
like when I was working in the beginning, it was fun. Like I loved going to work in the morning. I hated waking up, but and that's why I told Ali, I was like, it's not that I don't want to work. It's just it wasn't fun anymore. Or like wasn't I started hating what I did for a living. And when that starts happening, it's not good for you.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
So I was just like, it's time for a change. So I forced their hand and it's like, fire me.
Do you have to go through that whole process though again of like applying and
Nah,
Or
the
they
union, they're just probably not gonna work me for a bit. And they'll call me when they
want
find a
a frontline?
contractor. Yeah. And I'll just be like, okay. And then when they call me, I'll just be like, okay, I'll be there.
I guess I'll work.
Yeah. So like right now, I'm just gonna work under the table. Well, work, find another job,
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey, don't do that.
and then just
I don't want to
pretty
hear
much-
what you do on your private time, right?
no, nothing like
This is
that.
a family podcast.
Whoa. Nah. And then just
Man's gotta eat.
yeah, bro. And then till they call me, I'll just be like, okay. Collect that unemployment check.
Sheesh. City boys up.
Yup.
Unemployment boys. Dude, that was such a hassle. I remember I was on EBT for a little bit back when I broke my when I had
Really?
surgery on my knee.
Yeah.
It was such a hassle. They made me apply to 5 jobs a week.
Yeah.
It's like,
They make me do that, but I don't do it. I still got my money.
how did you get your money?
What do you mean? I just put I'm looking for work still. And they don't ask me to apply. They do, but like I apply. You have a choice to apply like on the unemployment site
Uh-huh.
or to do it on your own. And I always put I do it on my own. And then they when they ask you like the next week like how many companies you apply for, you just put you name a bunch of companies. I just named a bunch of companies I applied for and gave them the numbers. That's it, dude.
Oh,
Like,
man.
it's easy. Like you
I'll
gotta
say
you gotta
I'm
play the
all-
game. Play it.
Okay, with 60 jobs, I'm not a good interviewee. I just want to be on a fly on the wall when you went and, interviewed for all these jobs.
Bro, all I did was they asked me, "Oh, what was the last job? What'd you do?" It was like, "Oh, I did this." Like I just listed the stuff that I did. They're like, "Oh, if we called your employer, would they say you were a good employee?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, I mean, I was a good employee. I busted my butt off and just got slow, or just depending on what it was.
Did it really though?
Yeah. Or I just tell him like, you could tell the manager he's probably gonna say some bad things about me. I would tell him the truth. But like, yeah, he probably would
Do
say
you
like,
think a lot of like
I was lazy at times, but I got to work every day. Like I'd show up 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but that was because he was a jerk. So you know, he's like, yeah, I understand. Like it's just half the time I was just honest, and sometimes they liked it, and sometimes they didn't. Sometimes they were just like, okay,
It was their loss, bro.
yeah.
They didn't want.
But like most of the time, I just smiled and I was just like, yeah, I'm a good worker, blah blah, and that was it. Pretty much, just sell yourself.
What is Can you remember any unusual time interviewing, like something that happened? You stuck to your memory. Said something, made you laugh. You made them laugh. That's how you won them over. It was all just pretty much straightforward.
No, I think there was one time where I went to the interview and I was just like, dude's like, all right, so you're basically coming over here because you lost your job 2 months and you want to work for me. Why? So you give me another 2 months and then quit? And I looked at him and I was like, well, you see, sir? And he was just like, don't bullshit me, bro. I was like,
What job was it? Do you remember? Come on, dog. I know you remember. It has to.
I think it was for one of the fire sprinkler companies. And he just was straight with me and I was like, no, you know what? I'm here to just start a new start, and yeah, if that's what 2 months is all I get and you don't like me no more, then that's what it is. But I'm here for the long haul, and if you don't want to hire me, then just tell me right now. If not, then hire me and let me prove to you that I can work.
Dang, you flipped the
And
tables on him.
and
like
he was
that?
he just looked at me, he's just like, I like that. I was like, all right, so am I hired? And he was just like, I'll call you tomorrow.
Did you get the job?
Yeah.
Dang, dude, you're my hero, bro.
It's not even that. It's just, I mean, you just gotta be quick sometimes.
You're the quickest.
Not really.
Mississippi, because I don't know how you got 60.
It's ballpark, bro. I don't know if it's 60 jobs, but
It could
it's
have been more for all we know, bro.
Probably.
Knowing you. Every time I talk to you, it was like, oh, I'm going to start this place next week. And I was like, golly, dude, I'm over here struggling, sweating it for some job to like CVS.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, dog, not everybody has the juice like you know what I'm saying?
I ain't got no juice, bro. I just
The gift of gab, that's what you got, for real. You just know how to talk.
pretty
It
much.
doesn't have to make sense, but you just know how to talk.
Yeah, half the time it's coming out my butt. I don't even know what the heck I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know, bro.
Hey,
But,
the thing is I act like I know what I'm doing.
Hey, dog, whatever works, right?
Right?
Fake it till you make it, my boy.
Heck yeah. Nah, I don't fake it, but I try to make it. Try to be successful. Whee! Hold on, this is PG. Gotta hold the boobies.
Please do.
Please do.
Sheesh. That is funny, dude. How was the Grand Canyon? I got you.
Oh, dude, it was sick. I'll show you some pictures later.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It was my
Did you
fault.
do like actual camping? I'm gonna put you.
Yeah, bro. We were roughing it. It was 17 degrees though.
What
It was
the
cold, bro. It was like 20 degrees.
Ew, dude.
It was fun. Hey, bro, it was fun. I was cuddled up, snuggling. Shoot. The kids were in the trailer. So, like, I had the whole tent.
Do they still do like you could take the donkeys or whatever and go do the
Yeah.
trails? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys do that?
No, it was too cold for the kids. Or
Here we go, the kids.
well, yeah, like we couldn't take the kids on there.
Why not?
Like to
dog?
go down to the like down there,
Yeah.
cause they're too small, dude.
Come on, dog. They have Native American in them, right?
No, well, Sebastian does. Aaron, I don't know what he has. But
By proxy,
yeah, he has it. But nah, it's just her dad didn't want to do anything like that because we had her grandparents too. So and they're like 80, like 70 something.
You should have threw grandma on your back.
I tried. Who she didn't want to? She's a G. She said, "I'll lock it."
Jeez. That's cool though.
Yeah, it was fun though.
I think the last time I went to the Grand Canyon, I was 10 years old. And I had just broken my ankle like the week prior. And then we went with, I think Jeremy was there, Eggy, AJ, and some other family. And then they went in this river, and I was sitting there crying because I couldn't go there.
Oh, yeah,
and my mom was like, "Well, you shouldn't have been skateboarding," making it worse. The love like only a mother can give, you know what I mean?
All right. No, it was a blast, dude. Like, just being in that canyon, just like seeing that the way it is, like, it made me feel small.
That's crazy. I like stuff like that, like Yosemite.
Yeah, bro. It puts everything in perspective, like how, like, I guess you could say just how the Bible describes God being so big. Like, it just puts it in perspective even more, like how small we are compared to like Him and this earth.
Like our problems are nothing.
Yeah, it is. Like, we're ants compared to the Grand Canyon.
In the grand scope of things, like we mean nothing.
Yeah, it's just like, sheesh.
Like I'm over here stressing about gas, and there's way more to life than.
We were stressing about gas going up there too, because we both didn't get paid, and it's like I had some money, but I spent it on like the sleeping bags and stuff. So I was like, all right, I was like, I should be getting paid this week, and I didn't get paid till Saturday because of the holiday. So going up there, dude, it was scary. Cause I was like, dude, what are we gonna do? I was like, we're gonna run out of gas. We had like quarter tank, and I was like, Ale. I was like, you better have some money stashed in this car or something, dude, or else you're pushing. And she told me, I was like, yeah.
Therefore, you need to work out.
Or that we're gonna sleep at that gas station until I get paid.
Oh my god.
We would have had to wait till Saturday.
That's hilarious.
It was funny though. And then she digs through her backpack and she has like $30 stashed when we got there. Saved it. I was like, I knew you had money, you jerk.
She's holding out on you, dog?
Yeah, bro. She was just making me sweat. I was like, you freaking jerk. Over there counting the quarters in the ashtray, quarters and change, dude. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I love and hate you right now. She was like, well, save your money. She said.
Sometimes I gotta live my life.
I was like, dude, I freaking tried, but I had to buy the sleeping bags. Or else we would have froze our butt. Even though we still did, but.
I think that's, I thank God for my wife, because she's like the more, like saving-minded person. I mean, I am too. I'm not a big spender by any means, but she thinks about like the long haul, like not the 401ks or the Roth, but like the other stuff. Like she looks into that stuff. She actually like follows it. Like I have no patience for that. If it's not something I'm interested in, like I'm like, yeah, I just zone out. She'll be like telling me, we need to do this because you could save this much for the stocks, and if the stocks go down, it's gonna stay at this. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Do it already. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, my wife's more about just keeping an emergency stash. Like, she has her stuff too, like stocks and stuff, but I have I know nothing about any of that.
I always get like a little funny about like that money stuff, because it kind of goes back to what we're talking about with signing.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I don't know, and I don't have the time to. Listen, Papa's not good at math to begin with.
No, like the stock market is cool. It's just the crypto stuff that freaks me out.
I don't know.
Like all that crap.
I know even less about crypto.
Yeah, but the stock market, like, yeah, if you want to put your money in a stock, that's good. Like, but buy a stock of like Google or something that's gonna last.
Google
or Amazon or even freaking Apple, if you can afford it.
What are the stocks at Apple right now? Do you know?
Right now, I don't know. I think they're probably
high as heck.
Yeah, like $100, maybe more. But I mean, it's worth it because I mean that'll be in there when your kids are ready to retire.
You think so?
Yeah,
You
'cause
think Amazon's gonna?
Apple's not going nowhere, dude.
I don't know about that one. I mean, you're probably right, but
I mean, look at all the iPhones they buy. You know, everybody buys an iPhone.
well, what about like
Except for me.
the major stock crash?
Well, yeah. I
Something
mean,
like-
if something like that happens, yeah.
I'm sure they thought, you know, yeah, you have Goodyear, you have Ford, like we're good, we're Gucci.
Even those people like Goodyear, Ford, automotive stuff, those stocks are good too. But you gotta always watch them because that stock market's always fluctuating.
Well, that's the thing though, is like, man, I don't have time to begin with, and you want me to
Yeah.
look at stocks. There was this bodybuilder I used to follow before he died, and that's how he made a majority of his money. He was a day trader,
Yeah.
and he would do what happened to my phone? And he would also do stocks, and what is it? Properties.
Yeah.
But he was kind of like listing out the drawbacks for each one. Like for the stocks, it's literally a full-time job. Like he would wake up at, you know, whatever time the stock market opened,
Hmm.
and then he would be up until it closed at like 12. And then for the properties, he would have to, like, you know, obviously do the duties of a property manager, you know, landlord. So he hired somebody while living in another state, and he had to deal with that, like the headaches with that over the phone, and sometimes he would have to fly back over here in California. I forgot where he was living at the time, but it's not just as easy as oh, I'm gonna put my money into this, and it's gonna give me this with no headaches and no drama.
Yeah.
There's drama and everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta always watch that stuff. It's just like I just say like put it in Apple or Google because those are the companies I know that a lot of people put their money in for years and they've always, you know, they keep it in there for one reason because they know it's always gonna go up and go down, but it's not gonna always, you know, it's always gonna be making money. It's not like where these, like with crypto and all that, it has like a bubble where it just goes and then pops and then doesn't come back. You know what I mean? It's just for like the long term.
Mm.
That's what a lot of people say. So like that, do it. I haven't personally done it myself. I want to, but I'm scared.
Nah.
It's like I'd rather just save my money under my bed like my grandma. But he said no, it's there.
Until the rats eat it like Pablo Escobar's money.
Yeah. Or I'll just put it in the bank, like, you know?
That's scary.
Yeah.
Because that's like the bank could fail too, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like
Everything's
always
like
risk.
yeah, risk.
That's why you always invest your money into something like a car or, you know.
I don't think a car is a good example, right? Because it depreciates as soon as you take
Well,
it out
no,
the
no,
lot.
I'm saying like not like a newer car, like an older car. Like, you know, you put that money into it, and that's money you can use to sell or to go and buy a new something. You know,
Mm.
like you could always sell that car and have money later on down the line if if we're still
Depending on the
driving.
car.
Yeah,
You can't be buying a
like my truck.
91 Civic and expect to be.
Well, those will still sell, but I mean, you're not gonna make $1 million off of it. You know, you'll make money off of it, but
It's chump change, right?
yeah, like, you know, you sell like you buy like a Chevelle, like you're saying, you know, you hold on to it for a bit, and then later on down the line, you're like, oh, my kid needs a college fund. There you go, you got part of it.
Nah.
Right.
Listen. My kid isn't not getting a Chevelle, right? It's just not gonna happen.
Right? That's what I said.
It looks like you're not going to college.
There it is. You have to pay your way like your dad did.
Got to get that bog waiver, my boy.
Right? FAFSA is your best friend.
I'm not asking you to air out all your details, but how much did you get from FAFSA over the years?
FAFSA? Shoot, like at least $4 or $5 grand.
I didn't get any of it, dude. I just got like they paid for my classes.
The first year I got $2,500,
What the heck?
and then the second year I went to college, I got another $2,500, and then the last 2 years I went, and I only went for like a semester. As soon as I got my FAFSA, I quit. That's what you do, dog.
Yeah, you're the reason why I couldn't get it.
And then,
Freaking jerk.
and then after that, it was just like they only paid for my school, my books.
Yeah, they're like, we can't trust this guy. He's not gonna show. He's not gonna show up to class after the first week.
Heck yeah, dude. Nah, I came back like for finals.
For finals, what the heck?
I passed my finals.
Stupid. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
But yeah, that was funny. And then I would always like miss like 2-3 days. Be like, all right, I'm gonna go back later on.
It never did.
And I never did because I would have night school, so I would always either like they would ask me to work overtime,
Uh-huh.
and I'd be like, dude, I can't today. And they're like, come on. I'd be like, all right,
Dog, you took the short-term money?
yeah.
Look at you, man. Was it worth it working at Denny's and what was the other job you had? Sears?
Yeah, I hated those jobs.
Those are the jobs that make you though. That make
Denny's
you.
was dope though, cause I would always kick it with the homie. And we'd go buy 40s. We literally one time we went, and he went in my bug, and then it was during lunch, and the manager it was just before the managers did shift change,
Mhm.
and I kid you not, dude, we're in my bugs drinking 40s, and both of us are there. Only one of us is supposed to be on lunch. And so the manager rolls up in the parking lot. And he's like, "What are you guys doing over here?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm on my lunch, and this was cleaning the parking lot because we had like a time where we cleaned the parking lot." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And we were just talking, so he walked away. And the 40s were right there in the middle of the car. He didn't say nothing. I go back in. I burp. I'm like, I got a piece of gum, smell like 40, some Mickey's. It was funny,
You're
dude.
stinking dirt
And
bag,
I was like over there all freaking laughing. We're like, oh, and then I was like, and then we're like, hey, did you bring them in? I was like, nah, they're still in my car. He's like, oh, you should have brought them in, put them in ice. I was like, I'll go get them right now. I gotta go clean the parking lot in a bit, anyways. He's like, I just cleaned the parking lot. I was like, I'll go get it.
Time for another 40.
Yeah. The manager's like, oh, what are you guys doing? I was like, oh, we're not doing nothing, sir. We're all done.
Poor guy, dude. He's over there just.
Crispy. He was just getting into work.
That's what I'm saying,
I
though.
worked nights.
Like,
I was like, dude, I was getting it. I was on my lunch, so we started at 5, and I didn't get off till 6 in the morning. And it was like a Thursday. I was like, I need a beer or something to get through this day.
oh my gosh, dude.
Then after that day, we went to the bar across the street, played pool, and got super wasted. I gave him a ride home. Him and the other chick. Oh man, it was funny.
You're a freaking idiot. Oh, I love it.
That was the best.
We got super wasted.
Yeah, I did, dude. I drove him home, and I was like, he's like, you good? I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then he's like, all right, we're gonna chill at my house for a bit. I was like, all right, you got some more Krispies? He's like, nah, you're done for the night. I was like, at least a joint, hit a bowl or something.
Whoa.
He's all right, I got you. I was like, okay.
Say, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Yeah, dude. And we're like, all right, let's go. And I left his pad. He's like, you good to drive home, dude? He's like, yeah, dude. I'm
Not
good."
really. But we're going to take a chance.
I drove home all the way from Pasadena.
Sheesh. Well, thanks for coming on, man. I enjoyed our conversation as always.
Always. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Woo. Crispy boy.